Frank Mondeose here with Rasa. It's been a minute, as they say in the States. Back in Montreal, Canada. Rasa came and visited for a few days, and it led me to picking up the camera again. Tell me about the restaurants.
Oh my gosh, every meal was just most nutritious, delicious, and a beautiful piece of art and lots of love and quality. And I'm very much foodie, and you surprise me every time.
Yeah, Montreal is known for good food. So here I am, after 5 days, doing an introduction video of the next 5 days. And so here's a few shots of Rasa and I in Montreal, enjoying the beauty, the splendor, and decided to put this out on the Spiritual Playboy. New things are emerging, so stay tuned, as I will be giving more information on this channel and all my other social media channels as usual. So Rasa and I are on another church adventure. Tornado warning in Montreal, but didn't stop us. We're here at Notre Dame, which is basically a replica of the Notre Dame Basilica in France. So here we go.
This was a very powerful, penetrative, and activating. Almost the intention of this intensity and the sound and experience and visions was to penetrate open, walking through the journey of the death and rebirth, like shattering and death and stillness, and going through this whole rebirth experience.
What I felt was the anchoring into earth, like the church being the bedrock of the community. But the church is the acupuncture point. Regardless of the seasons, this is the masculine. It holds the center point. It's there. It's never wavering. The remembering of what builds community, what holds community. The whole altar is like the rising of consciousness upwards. I think the church is beautiful, but I think there's very dense energy in regards to the Jesuses they use. It's like typical suffering as the path towards elevation, ascension, enlightenment, which I think is bullshit. Definitely a beautiful experience. I've done it before, so I knew what I was expecting.
I feel the power of this cracking and opening, and for me, and imagine for all the people who experience this, how powerful and potent it is.
So Rasa and I are in Montreal, and we're walking down the street in Montreal, and we come across this church that I've never been in, but I've always known about it because it's linked to the secret society that seeded the rising feminine energies, the divine feminine energies in Montreal, which was originally called Ville-Marie. It's open, and we're going to explore it, and I got excited because I've never been in this church, and it's probably one of the most important in terms of coding and symbology, is my guess. So now let's go see. So it's called Sanctuary of St Sacrament. Never been in here. I've never been in here. You ready? Oops. So what did you think of the church?
Very powerful. Felt a strong energy, and definitely felt the portal. It was like from the heart chakra going down and up, like different energies.
What it felt like for me in terms of portal was the altar was absolutely incredible, and it's a very special altar. I haven't seen many altars like that. It's definitely a power point in the city of which this church is on top of, and that altar is a divine altar that induces deep contemplative meditation and portal fractals into multi-dimensional spheres.
Still feeling my heart activated, like the energy.
All right, so what do you want?
Everything.
Yeah. Find anything you like?
Oh, I love it. What do you got?
What is this?
Powder form, so it's not
Sure.
in the pills.
So we're in the Basilica of St Joseph's Oratory, and for me this has always been a special church in that it's so different energetically. It's just so weird.
It has a feeling of coldness, expansiveness, and detachment.
It feels like a layer for like some new world, one world, religious government kind of thing. It just feels cold. But it's interesting, there's, to me, coding in here, even the lines, just the lines.
The connection is lost. Something is lost.
Yeah, something is severed for sure. I'm saying it's a secret, one world government, one religion bunker. That's my take.
I feel like the soul is lost.
Say more?
Soul is lost. There's this connection that we look so much out into expanding and look outside of ourselves, and we lose what's really true and available. The God inside that you want to look through the church is lost.
Guaranteed. So Eucharist is where they hold the body of Christ in that space. And for me, that space was a little more about ascension and rising. So we're at the top of St. Joseph Oratory. We're in the third eye aspect, which makes sense for the spaciousness of the church. And then going into the Eucharist, which was like very sharp and pointed and like obelisk style, which is masculine penetrating out into the world. But it felt for me like also mind opening and expansion. And then right next to it is this beautiful shrine to the feminine. What?
Show it.
Yeah, well, the beautiful shrine to the feminine. And there you see Mother Mary, interesting enough, behind a gated fence. And Rasa was asking, like, why would it be behind a fence and so hidden? And I'm like, same reason you would hide a yoni, I guess, too. It's not about it being secret, it's about it being sacred. And so, I'm not saying I agree with it, I'm saying that that's just the idea behind it. But it's another beautiful depiction of Mother Mary, but in the ascending version. I've never seen something like that. And for me it represents light masculine, light feminine in this realm. I'll show you downstairs after. It's a different energy.
Okay.
Any thoughts you want to share?
For me, it's more of a somatic experience. Like I notice how the energy shifted and moved in my body, and this started sweating, and some kind of disconnection between the feminine and masculine was very potent and powerful masculine energy. And the part of me doesn't like that she's behind the gates.
Of course, everything that has power, they block off. Like all the altar, all the sacred spots on every site, they're always blocked, they're always roped off. I always cross over because that's what I do. But that's the whole point. The whole point is they don't want you to get to the power places. That's why they keep it off, unavailable to us.
You can put it up high and worship and let it see everyone. It's different ways.
This is Christianity, what to do. We're on Mount Royal Street in Montreal. The mountain is over there in the background. And yeah, they close down the street for pedestrians and shows. And on the Lachine Canal in Montreal as Rasa prepares to say goodbye.
Goodbye, Montreal. Amazing, beautiful city.
We're here at the end of 5 days. Yeah.
And what an experience to have the tour of the most beautiful city in America and the most amazing guide.
That's true.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. You showed me all the good spots and best restaurants.
So that's it. That was it for 5 days with Frank and Rasa. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming and blessing me here and reminding me of the beauty that is here. Remembering to let you know to let love free, because it's the only way we'll ever change anything. Peace.